Do you ever find yourself coming across that idea? Or do you find yourself fidgeting with that idea, overthinking it, overanalyzing it each and every day? Is it preventing you from living in the present moment and making more progress? Well, today we're going to dive deep into this topic, my friends. Let's go. My peaceful warriors, welcome to another important video on my channel. If you haven't subscribed, please do, and hit the bell for all the notifications for my upcoming videos. Thank you, my friends. And we're diving into a topic here that can present itself in numerous ways, right? It's not just a thought of what if I never heal. It's a feeling, it's an emotion. We can connect certain symptoms to this idea. And I want to talk about this because it's very, very important. In fact, it keeps us from allowing the proper attitude and mindset to show up in order for us to make progress in a multitude of ways over anxiety and the dysregulated nervous system. So first, there's a fear of forever, right? It feels like nothing's working because your definition of progress is off. I bet you've never thought about this. When I was going through my hypersensitivity, my dysregulated nervous system, my anxiety disorders, I never thought about this. I never thought that, oh my God, my definition of progress is off, because how did I gauge my progress, and how are you currently gauging your progress? Likely is from the perspective of, if my symptom is still present, then what I have done so far is not working. If a new symptom shows up, a bodily symptom, then what I have been doing again has not been working. And so we get to a point where we run out of ideas in relation to what can work, not because those things aren't working, but because our definition of progress is off. What is the true definition of progress when it comes to you? Well, the true definition of progress, my friends, simply comes down to this: showing up. That's it. You are making progress if you are showing up. So what that means is, am I showing up in this very moment? Am I showing up? Or am I being led by the voice of the protector within me? Because the voice of the protector within you will say things like, hey, you're not healing fast enough. Hey, that thing you did before didn't work. Hey, you suffered for too long. Hey, the answer is in some book, another new technique, or this and that on the outside. Hey. And if you continue to live by the directives of the protector, then you will continue to live in what's known as survival mode. And if you live in survival mode, what tends to happen is things like this, even things that we don't recognize, right? For example, you can become addicted to buying things on Amazon. And the protector will make you think that you need these things, when in fact that's just coming from the fact that you're living under survival, living under the directive of the protector. You may go on social media all the time, and the protector is convincing you that you must go on social media, or else you're going to miss a piece of news that is absolutely vital to your survival. And so you find yourself 3 hours later still scrolling, right? That's not I. That's the protector leading you, right? So when it comes to progress, as we redefine what progress is in order to truly heal, it's about showing up. When the protector shows up with an idea, the recognition that this is in fact coming from the protector is enough. It's no longer I, It's the protector within me, right? So you're showing up in that way. You're showing up in ways where you're not reacting in line with the protector's reaction. So something happens, you come in contact with a symptom, and you realize that the symptom is still there, right? And in that moment, you've got a choice. You can either react to it and immediately go take a supplement, immediately try to meditate, immediately go for a walk. You're doing these things, but you're not really in line, in tune, aligned with those things. If you're not aligned with the supplement you're taking, if there's not some kind of a respect for that supplement, and if you're just frantically taking it, it is pointless, right? If you're doing a meditation to try to get rid of the protector's voice or to get rid of a symptom, it is useless, right? If you're going for a walk to try to get rid of a symptom, it is useless. The benefits come from you being present with what it is you are doing in that moment and not falling for the way the protector wants you to approach those things. Though this is very important. So your definition of progress is based on how often you show up. Protector idea shows up, you realize it's coming from the protector. A symptom shows up, you realize that it's coming from the protective parts of you. Okay, there it is. And I'm showing up, right? I'm not getting rid of it. I realize where it's coming from, right? So the more often you show up throughout the day, the more progress you're going to make in the long run. And what this does is it dissolves the need for the protector, right? Because you've identified with the protector's ideas. You believe that shopping on Amazon each and every day is something that is necessary. Being on social media every day is something that is necessary. Buying a new audiobook every single day to try to heal your anxiety is necessary, right? No, none of these things are necessary, but you have identified with these ideas, right? Because there will come a point in your healing, my friends, where you must embrace the messy middle, as I like to call it, the messy middle. You know that stage where you're no longer so afraid, but you're also not really trusting of the direction you're headed? That's the messy middle. And in the messy middle, you're going to find that a part of you still wants to go back to those old habits, patterns, ways of thinking, right? Identity, old friends that you've outgrown, old environments that you've outgrown, right? So you're in the middle, and things feel a little bit boring because your nervous system is now regulating. It's not always up here searching for the next, rush to be a part of, to feel alive, because the protector always wants you to feel alive, right? Do the most exciting thing, fall for the most debilitating fear. No, that's not living, right? So the messy middle is where you must go, okay, here I am, and things are gonna feel a little bit different as I move forward, and I embrace it. I embrace the boringness of having a tea while sitting here, right? And at that point, the nervous system feels safe again, okay? I don't need to do those extreme things because I know that the protector likes to drag me into extremes. And I no longer live by that guidance. I hope this is making sense to you right now, because there is no such thing as what if I never heal. It's simply an idea, just like bait, that the protector wants you to grab hold of, become emotionally intense around, and act upon it. But if there's no respect for the idea, it will subside. Right? Once you paint your house, you don't sit there and watch the paint dry for hours and days and weeks, right? The paint is already dry. It is done. You can move on. This idea of what if I never heal, that's just bait. So let's stop falling for that, realize where it's coming from, and start moving in the direction of embracing I, not the protector's ideas, embracing I and the messy middle that you are currently in. I love you all from the bottom of my heart. Did this video speak to you in some way? If it did, please comment below and give this video a like if it did speak to you. And if you want to learn more about any of my recovery programs, get started today by clicking here. Remember that you are more than anxiety. I love you all, and I'll see you soon. Bye-bye.